Welcome back to the channel. First time here, like and subscribe. While everyone's arguing over PlayStation and Xbox, which one's better, PlayStation almost to 20 million units of the system sold. Xbox a little behind. Clearly the PlayStation 5 is going to be the system that most people choose this generation when you're comparing between Xbox and PlayStation, but a little company named Nintendo decided to say, yeah, you guys, while you argue, we're just going to completely stomp you out, and announced some huge numbers in their earnings call. I'm going to read this article, go through it, talk about it, and link it, and you can read it yourself. It says, today Nintendo reported its May 2020 financial results, covering the periods between April 1st, 2021 and March 31st, 2022. The company has shared the latest on Switch's performance, the overall company, and more. Net sales this period are 1,695.3 billion yen. Operating profits, 592.7 billion yen. Ordinary profits this period are 670.8 billion yen. The total Switch hardware is 107.65 million sold. Think about that for a second. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, where are they? Yeah. Switch hardware totals 107.65 million sold. Switch software total 822.18 million. Overall, Switch sales for the period were 23.6 million. Standard Switch sales for the period were 13.56 million. Switch OLED sales this period, which are very hard to find, are 5.80 million. And Switch Lite sales were 3.70 million. Smart devices, IP-related income, etc. this period, 53.342 million yen. The Nintendo Switch business this fiscal year, April 2021 to March 2022, saw the October 2021 launch of the Nintendo Switch OLED model and strong hardware sales in each region. Growth in sales of Nintendo Switch OLED models, and Nintendo Switch Lite demonstrated a good balance between each of the three individual models. And as a result of stable performance among the overall hardware lineup, final sales totaled 23.6 million units, whereas the March 2020 release of Animal Crossing New Horizons was a major driver of hardware sales that fiscal year. Sales this fiscal year were affected by shortages and semiconductor components and other parts, resulting in a 20% decrease year over year. Let's take a look at software now. Among titles released this period, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl sold a combined 14.6 million units, and Pokemon Legends Arceus sold 12.64 million units, making sales of more than 10 million units for each. In addition, Mario Party Superstars sold 6.8 million units, and The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD sold 3.91 million units. Titles released in previous fiscal years also continued to be performing well, with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe selling 9.94 million units for cumulative sales of 45.33 million units, and Animal Crossing New Horizons selling 6.01 million units for cumulative sales of 38.64 million units. Sales of titles from other software publishers grew as well, and when combined with those published by Nintendo, a total of 39 titles sold over 1 million units during this period. As a result, software sales grew 1.8% year on year to 235.7 million units, making it the highest annual software sales figure ever posted for a Nintendo platform to date. Making it the highest annual software sales figure ever posted for a Nintendo platform to date. I don't know about you, but I would call that a smackdown of this. We need to have things online. We need to have party chat. I need achievements and trophies. I want to get in a party chat of 16 people while I play a game and talk about Twitter. It's about going out, buying games, playing them, and enjoying them. And I, for one, am completely happy that Nintendo is continuing to dominate in this space, because it means that this space is incredibly healthy. It also means that the age of the social media gamer, most of the people that you're listening to that spend all day on Twitter congratulating themselves over how many followers they got to. I just got to 2,000. Oh my God, congratulations. like that means anything. It's about buying great games, supporting great games. And there is a huge, huge market. There's a huge community outside of this fake social media gaming world that is still buying games, still buying Nintendo, generation after generation after generation. It's never going to stop. Nintendo puts the smack down on Xbox and PlayStation. So look, the purpose of this video isn't to convince you that somehow if you don't own a Switch or you don't play Nintendo games, you're not a gamer, or if you like Xbox over PlayStation or PlayStation over Xbox, you're not a gamer. It's to remind you that there's a huge disconnect between spending your time online, social media gaming, this idea that somehow being somebody on a social media app is somehow tied to being a gamer. It is not correct. It is a false assumption. No one with 20 million subscribers versus somebody with 10 subscribers is any better or any worse when it comes to the actual act of playing and enjoying video games. At the end of the day, the market is speaking. And if you're not listening, if you're just dismissing it as something that, well, I don't like Nintendo, I don't play Nintendo, so it really doesn't matter. What really matters is there's 15 million Xboxes out there, so that's great. What matters is there's 107 million people in the world who purchased a Switch. They're not all 12-year-olds, they're not all 8-year-olds. The age range for Nintendo ranges from 8 all the way to 80, and it always will. And it's always something that should be supported, because they're not only great games for every age group. There's not only great hardware that does unique things, because that's what the console space is all about. It's not about ecosystems. It's not about PC and everything else everywhere. It's about a piece of hardware. It's about essentially purchasing a toy and having the people that make the toy do things that are unique with it for you to play with that toy. That's what Nintendo's about. The uniqueness of the Switch, the portability, and the great games. And it just continues to do better and better and better. And at the end of the day, it's really great for the console space, because I'm a console gamer. I've been one for over 40 years. And this is just a testament to the power and the strength of simply doing the simple things: a piece of hardware, a piece of software, and enjoyment. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.